Welcome to Veterans One TV. I am your host, Amy Scruggs, and as always, we have a great lineup for you today. We love bringing you guests that are out there making a difference in our veteran and military community, and today is no different. We're going to be talking to some musicians that are using their passion for outreach, and we're going to be talking to a professional wrestler to see how he's used his career to go out and make a difference in the lives of our veterans. And as always, we talk about VA home ownership today, and we have some experts for you. You do not want to miss this. We're going to get started right now. Here on Veterans One, we get to meet so many amazing people that support our military and veteran community, and our next guest is no different. Can't wait to hear his story. Kevin Woodman is with us to share his passion for making a difference. Kevin, great to talk to you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
So you have a fun, diverse background a little bit that I want to hear about. You were a professional wrestler.
I was.
Let's talk about that.
Keyword is was. I paid my dues. I did it for about 12, 13 years, and I traveled all over the world with it. I was a pro wrestler. I did all that stuff you see on TV. And I had several championships. I did pretty well with it. And one of the things I loved doing was I loved doing philanthropy work. I loved working with kids. I loved working with children's hospitals, Make-A-Wish Foundation, et cetera. And when I retired, it was like an empty hole in my chest going, what can I do? You know, I feel like I'm missing something. And I love riding motorcycles. I've been a motorcyclist since I was a kid. And it makes me giddy every time I think about riding my bike. You know, it's fun. And I was thinking, you know, I was trolling around on YouTube one day, and I came across a guy by the name of Adam Sandoval, who is a world record motorcyclist. He went to every Harley-Davidson dealership in the country and all over 48 in one road trip. And it took him almost 3 years to do it. But he raised over $300,000 for children of veterans. And I'm thinking, I wonder what I can do. And I heard one of his taglines was, if you did not serve in your military, find a way to serve those who did.
I love it.
And I did not serve in my military. My father's a veteran who I love and respect, and I love and respect my veterans immensely. I'm a patriot, and I love my country, and I respect my vets. So I think, wonder if I could do something. So he said, find a way to serve those who did. So I found a way. And this is my way of doing it.
Well, what I love about that, and you and I have a lot in common with this, because I have that same passion and realize there's ways we can serve. And by being out there as a wrestler, you drew that attention. People love you, they follow you. And I love that you took that and said, okay, I'm going to use this voice and make it a voice for giving back. And so people don't realize, if sometimes you are out there specializing in something, that can be a launch pad for what you can do to make a difference. People sometimes don't know how they can serve and give. So you figured that out. You're like, I know I can do something. I want to go out and serve and give more. What did you step into then? What you been up to?
Well, what I've been up to is I decided to put together a motorcycle ride called Riding with the Stars. And my current job, I work in Hollywood, and I know a lot of these weirdos, and they all love to ride, and they're all like, yeah, man, let's go have a ride, let's go have fun. And I'm thinking, what kind of party would I want to have? And I'm thinking, okay, everyone goes to rides, and they go right along, they go to a destination. Okay, now what? I'm thinking, so I have rock and roll music. I have the American Patriots who's going to be down there playing for us. I have lots of stuff for the kids. I have a lot of good food. I have vendors that are going to be there. This has grown into something that's beyond my control or imagination right now.
It took on a life of its own?
It took on a life of its own to the point where now I'm forced to do it again next year. You know, which is great. So
it's not a bad problem to have.
No, it's not a bad problem to have. You know, I just wanted a little get together. Now it's turning into a big, huge event. And so they said, my celebrity friends said, what can we do to help? And I said, well, I just need you to go there and show up and then, you know, have meet and greet and sign a few autographs and bring attention to the what we're doing and have people just come down and have a good time. So, and it's not just an event for motorcycles. If you don't ride, you could still go and come to the winery where we're having it and hang out. We're gonna have, like I said, we're gonna have some stuff for the kids. We're gonna have food, events, vendors. You know, it's just a big party.
So it's a whole family event.
It's a whole family event. Yeah, it's gonna be a big party for all the kids, and we're looking forward to it.
So where is this when? How can people get involved? What can we do to support this?
Well, it's starting at Lifestyle Cycles at 8 o'clock in the morning on October 6th. We're gonna have breakfast. We're gonna have a big ride meeting. Then we're gonna kickstands up at 10. We're gonna ride down to MotoDoffo Winery in Temecula.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
And it's beautiful down there. It's gorgeous. And it's a big motorcycle museum. He has got all these, he's got about 300 different antique motorcycles from the early 1900s, a lot of them from Europe, some from the United States.
Wow.
It's really intriguing. And we're going to go down there, have some lunch, have food. The celebrities will be down there. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful area at a perfect time of year because it's harvest time. And so the flowers will be up, and it's going to be gorgeous, and it's going to be exciting.
And this is going to support our military and veteran
It's going to support
community.
Patriots and Paws. Now, Patriots and Paws is an organization based in Anaheim, and this is what they do. This is very important. A lot of veterans, when they get out of the service, have a hard time adapting to civilian life again. They help you get into a home. They help you furnish your home, all for free.
Wonderful.
And they help you with job placement, resume development, even PTSD therapy. Now, the Paws comes in, and they give you a free service animal to help with that. So.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Yeah.
It is so needed. And
Yeah.
I've seen over and over how these animals really do make a difference in
They
dealing
do.
with PTSD and being able to have one of those. And again, even you bringing up the place to live and being furnished, a lot of organizations, they will maybe find a residence or get them somewhere, but then there's
Yeah.
no furniture in it. And so it's so important that they have all of those items that they need to continue moving forward in their life.
Exactly. And a lot of them come out, they have very little money, if any, when they're done. And people say, well, we have organizations that our government set up to help our vets. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed by what our government does for our vets. It's a joke. And the reason people ask me all the time, why are you doing this? You don't have to. I said, I'm doing it because our government won't. And I also can. And I want to give back to my vets.
That's awesome. And it's events like this that bring the awareness, bring out the people.
Yes.
You get to have fun, and it's going to directly impact and make a difference and not have to go through bureaucracy to have those funds really help the veterans. So it's so exciting to know that you're doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it was such success. You get to do it again next year and hopefully the year after and the year after.
We'd like to make it an annual thing, and we can't do it without their help. So if you guys can help us out anyway, that'd be great.
How can we support?
Well, I have a Facebook page right now under my name, Kevin Woodman, and you can go on there. There's links there to our website. There's links to the GoFundMe page. There's links to get tickets. You can also get them at lifestylecycles.com on their events page.
Okay.
You can get tickets. Tickets are $20 for a single rider, and then $35 for a double rider. And every single penny goes to benefit Patriots and Paws.
I love it.
Every dollar. It's a total nonprofit, and I'm sinking a lot of my own money into it.
Right.
I have a lot of sponsors that are helping me out with it, and it's going to be huge.
That's a lot of love and sweat, blood, and tears behind the
It is.
scenes, and I hope that
All
everybody
worth it.
reaches out to support. And you're such a great example of showing when you put your heart into something, regardless of your background, we can all give back and make a difference in the lives of our veterans. So
We all can. And
it's really good.
Like Adam Sandoval said, and what I like to say too, if you did not serve in your military, find a way to serve those who did. And if we can just take one person and do that. If I could reach out to one person, they go, hey, you know what? I should do something too. If we could keep doing that over and over and over again repetitively, we'll make a change.
Absolutely can. Thank you so much for all that you're doing. We
My
want to
pleasure.
support this event. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure you reach out, support the event, get all the information, and you can make a difference. We'll be right back.
Video marketing on social media is trending as one of the major means of advertising and building your personal brand in 2019. You're probably asking yourself, what does Synergy One Lending do to get a front row seat to this show? You may not know this, but Synergy One Lending has access to the lights, camera, and action that brings social media marketing to a whole new level. Want to check it out? Look at that, we're already here. It's crazy, right? Thanks, guys. This is the main studio at the Synergy One Lending headquarters in San Diego, California, which is equipped with 3 remote-controlled HD cameras, 10 total TVs, and many high-quality production studio lights. Right now, I'm sitting on what we call the Storyteller set, which was recently updated with new furniture, a 9-monitor wall behind me, a giant touchscreen TV, and of course, the green screen, which you just saw. By the way, this is where I filmed my show this week today. Over here is our podcast station, which is equipped with 4 high-quality microphones and headphones and is capable of receiving phone calls in real time during your podcast session. This right here is our main desk. Outfitted with 2 TVs and a customizable color LED strip, this desk is now the home place for many other podcasts and shows produced by Synergy One Lending and Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. So you must have a ton of marketing ideas now floating around in your head. This studio is the perfect way to create videos for your social media awareness and grow your business. Here, you can and will deliver a digital mortgage and digital content that has no equal in mortgage lending today. Be a modern loan officer. We hope to see you here soon.
Well, hopefully you were watching our last episode of Veterans One, where we had the chance to talk about the power of music with our veteran community, how it blesses our active duty, how you can be involved in music while serving in the military, and then after as a veteran, the difference it can make in lives. This episode is no different. We have two amazing musicians here to talk about the healing power of music. Thank you so much, Tony and Jeff, for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, definitely.
Tony, you're very well known and loved in the veteran circles, and you guys are both really known for your passion for music and helping veterans. Let's talk about the American Patriot Band, how this got started, and a little bit of your background leading up to it.
Well, the American Patriot Band has been together going on 5 years now, and the direction we were headed got so powerful with the veterans community because we were using it as a tool for awareness and so forth. And anytime we could bring a veteran musician up on stage with us, we would. So we became our own nonprofit, which is kind of rare. That normally doesn't happen. And we utilize the band as a tool, definitely still. It's an award-winning band. We've been very fortunate to receive some awards.
Boy, and you guys have played all over.
We played a lot of places.
You've played a lot of places and some big audiences, right?
Very big audiences, yeah.
Actually toured with a Marine who was getting into the business. We toured with him to Miami and back, and we still like each other.
And Nashville.
And Nashville and Daytona. But the band itself, it's become more than just a rock band. We use it as a tool, like I said, but we also do work on stage as well as also off stage with the communities. We've got different projects, and primarily we use the music for not just here we are playing, but there's a tool we can use in healing and bringing in the community, bringing in families together.
Well, it is. There's a gathering and there's a camaraderie that takes place with music anyways. Now you bring that into, veteran communities and especially with San Diego being such a high military town, people love it. They want to release. They want to let that go. They want to enjoy music all together.
Most definitely. And we bring the vets directly into the band. I mean, we have them crew for us. We have them work with us. We connect with their families. We bring them into our families. It's directly hands-on. We're not just we're playing rock music for the vets.
Right.
No, we bring the vets into the program.
Yes, we do. And that's part of it. The many programs that we do have, for example, we're picked out by a group in North Carolina. There's a neuro group. They've been using music therapy with the veterans, especially TBI. And they reached out to us and asked us at one point, do you have a guitar you can donate? And since then, we've been donating guitars, keyboards.
I think we're up to seven instruments we've donated so far.
How does that work then? You guys are just finding instruments that you're gathering from people?
They get donated to us. We build them. We buy them. It's a variety of ways.
And a lot of times the veterans, they don't care if it's a used guitar or if it's a used amp or whatever. They just need it because for one reason or another. We have one veteran that just finally learned how to bend his fingers into a chord because he was so severely injured in the combat. And he cried because he could do a G chord.
Well,
he could do a chord, finally.
And then they asked us, do you have an acoustic guitar that you could possibly send? And we happen to have them. I'm always asking the community, any instruments, anything you have that it's in the garage, collecting cobwebs, was donated to us. We're going to give you a tax write-off.
We'll find a vet for it.
But we'll find a vet for it.
It's so powerful because, we see a lot with great programs of, instruments being donated to schools and to youth and to kids, and we see that. But here you've taken that same concept and saying, wait a minute, we need to help our military and veterans. Because it's incredible healing therapy for PTSD, for TBI, as you're pointing out, and getting those programs to come along and support you in this. You're watching actual reactions and healing take place. You're not removed from the people you're helping, are you?
No, we're directly involved with them, and most of us are veterans anyway, so we can directly relate to what they've been through.
Exactly.
And that's why they trust us.
We always ask for pictures if they don't mind. There's some veterans that prefer not to for obvious reasons, but and just to be able to show that veteran getting that bass or that guitar, and you can just see the positive influence that it has on them, and that's the idea behind it. One of our other programs, excuse me, is a STEM guitar building project. We're the first veterans group that the STEM guitar group has worked with. They've been around for about 10 years. National Science Foundation gives them grants, and they teach teachers how to build guitars, and then they go back to school and teach mathematics and so forth. They reached out to us as a veterans group, and it's just taken off tremendously. We've done 3 builds locally.
Three so far.
And one in Seattle we did last year. We had 15 veterans up there, 17 locally. And this is just an example of what the veteran does. Now, it isn't just a veteran. We'll ask them to bring mom, uncle,
Right.
little kids.
We want to get the families
involves the whole
involved too.
family, as it should.
Because every
Absolutely.
difficulty that a veteran has directly impacts the families.
Exactly.
So we try to bring them in also.
And in the process of the project itself, we start getting dialogue among veterans again who haven't been in the community for whatever length of time it is. They'll start opening up. I think the best compliment that we've received so far is I couldn't think of anything but this guitar for the last 4 days. And that's what we want to start.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. We had a reservist, a young lady up in Seattle. She didn't know she could do carpentry. And she didn't know she could do electronics. And that's what we're doing. We're starting to create other avenues that they probably were not aware of. Look what I can do. And this is just some of the projects. This right here was built by the founder of our foundation, Darren, a retired Navy SEAL. One-of-a-kind bass. And his uniform is actually his
That's
strap.
awesome. Yeah. I
And
love
again,
it.
it's up to the individual
Yes.
how they want to create it, what they want to do with it, and it's their design. And in the process, they're realizing I can still do this, do that, and I've been able to talk to fellow veterans again at that level.
The whole goal is to help them reintegrate
Right.
with their fellow veterans, with the public, with society in general.
And with their families.
And
with
we
their
ask them
families.
to mentor.
Right.
Yes.
If,
You got to pay it forward. You got to keep doing it.
And then and a lot of them are willing to volunteer and come on in. Okay, how can I help? And that's the whole
Right.
idea. And we're also working with first responders now as well.
That's
And this
fantastic.
last bill that we just had 2 first responders that worked on their guitars, and because they can place their logos or whatever they want on the guitar, usually it's the sheriff on his bike and his ship. From one case we did, it was a Navy veteran. We had another first responder that wasn't able to be with us the whole time, and he loved it so much, and he said, I wanted to learn how to play guitar. And somebody donated an electric guitar to him. I just gave it to him yesterday.
That is awesome.
And that's just an amazing
Well, I
process.
love that one life at a time you guys are making a difference. You're paying it forward. So many people don't know, how can I help? How can I serve? How can I give back? It's too big. I can't help the veteran community. Well, you guys are living proof that you can.
Yes, you
one
can.
instrument at a time, one life at a time,
Exactly.
one mentoring at a time. You guys are out there making a difference. I hope that our viewers reach out and support what you guys are doing. Clearly, you need instruments, you need support, you need help, you need awareness.
Everything.
And I hope that here at Veterans One, we're able to bring that to you. Please come back and give us updates as you guys grow
Will
in
do.
any way that we can
Definitely.
help. Tony,
And we
Jeff,
appreciate
thank you
this
so
so
much.
much. Thank you. Thank you, Amy.
Absolutely. There's always ways that you can help. What an incredible way to give back and support our veteran community. American Patriot Band. We'll be right back with more Veterans One.
Introducing S1 Connect, Synergy One Lending's mobile app, the digital way to verify your assets to purchase a home. Download in your app store today. Step 1, click on Automatic Check. Step 2, select your institution or search manually. Step 3, enter your username and password to receive a security code. Step 4, click Save and Continue to submit your verification of assets. Synergy One Lending, a lender committed to speed, ease, and expertise.
If you follow Veterans One TV, then you know how how excited we get to talk about VA homeownership. Well, on this episode, we have brought in two experts that are passionate about just this topic. Jay and Angie Henry, so wonderful to have you guys on the show today.
Pleasure being here, Amy. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Thanks for having us, Amy.
Well, I want to let our viewers know a little bit. Angie, you have been in real estate for a long time. You have very successful brokerage. We're going to talk about that. And Jay, as her husband, we also want to say thank you for your service. I know you did 13 deployments, and we're going to talk about that and how you now help partner with this business to make a difference. So let's just jump in. First of all, whoever wants to go first, your background's a little bit so our viewers understand where your expertise is coming from.
Well, we own New Palace Realty. We're a real estate firm in Southern California. We have 3 locations in La Jolla, in San Marcos, and in Old Town Temecula. We have 25 agents that are running, alongside of us and growing and making the American home dream happen. And my husband and I, we work closely together in making sure that we are, fulfilling the American dream of home ownership. And my husband did, 13 deployments, like you said. So, Jay, I don't know, you want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, I've 20 years in the military. Definitely had kind of molded me into the person I am today, right? So I'm a kid from New York, and I moved to San Diego, did 13 deployments, like she said, and I've seen a lot around the world. And with dealing with veterans on a day-to-day basis, myself, obviously, but we come to understand that there's a difference. There was a disconnect between the civilian life and the veterans.
Well, and if anybody speaks that language, it's you.
Yeah, so, when I retired in 2011, it kind of quickly came to pass, like, hey, I need to do something and continue this effort to kind of connect and reconnect the veteran to the civilian life, right? So when I partnered up with Angie and we became a couple and we got married and everything was just beautiful, I was like, this is the person that will help me kind of spearhead this effort to kind of make that change happen. So, being a veteran, it's easy for me to at least have that veteran be comfortable enough to talk to somebody about home ownership, about real estate, about getting into these programs that are offered, and the other things that we can offer to them and give that service. So it's really good.
Well, we could do a whole other show talking with the two of you just on how to work together as husband and wife. Right? I mean, that's a whole different training.
Yeah, that's about 45 minutes on that one for sure. Yeah.
But now we take it up the next level that you guys are passionate about home ownership in general. I mean, you're helping. You have 25 agents you guys are managing.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
So how do you guys train and empower them with your background and then your understanding of speaking the language of the veterans and what their needs are, of even helping your team understand how to help veterans with home ownership, how to really get through the VA loan and purchase process?
Right. Well, we definitely have a lot of things in place. We do a lot of mentorship for the agents. We do weekly meetings, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do a lot of training, one-on-one, mentoring. And then Jay's there. He's kind of my mentor for me because he keeps me grounded. I'm all over the place, but he's the planner. Just the discipline, that he learned from being in the military really helps me grow the business, helps us grow the business. And that it's like, okay, what do we need to do? We put on events. We, we work on projects, and he's kind of like, the back, behind the scenes person that just kind of puts everything together. Okay, you got this, you've got that. And I'm like,
with
no.
military training, he's gonna, you don't have to worry something's gonna slip through the cracks.
Exactly.
And he's always on time.
Yes,
there's
always.
Yeah, with a military background, it's always about attention to detail. And for me, that's just something I hold dearly to my heart in regards to not only in the business, but in the personal life. Everything that you have to pay attention to, the small things, makes a big difference in the long run. So we've even had the opportunity to have a Marine.
We have a Marine.
That came on board and he's part of the thing. So we're reaching out to the veterans in all aspects, not just in purchasing, but in being part of the business as well. So
talk about when you do work with the veteran clients, you help so many home buyers. You help single moms. You guys are helping families, move up buyers, move down buyers, a whole spectrum that I know you guys work with. But when you're working with that veteran buyer, what's different? Besides the fact that they're always on time. Right?
Well, they have a lot of fears, right? There's a lot of fears with some of those veterans in regards to who can trust. So we provide that little bit of trust to them, because I'm coming from a place where I'm coming from. They understand, and so it's easier for them to kind of participate and kind of feel like they're welcomed to get the help. So for me, I enjoy that aspect of it because I provide that little extra that they can say, okay, well, I want to work with New Palace Realty because of the fact that they understand where I'm coming from. And most people don't. And it's kind of a hard thing to explain in some aspects, so people just have to be either a part of it or, just be the actual veteran themselves to really get a grasp of what's happening. So, they come to me, I sit down with them, and then Angie takes over and says, hey, we've got a place here that you'll feel comfortable with, and we'll get you where you need to be. So,
What's that like when you hand the keys to a veteran buyer?
That's just the most emotional, best part of anything. It's just the most satisfying feeling that you can give someone the keys to their home, the keys to their happiness, the keys, to something that it's a symbol of like, okay, I did it. They've worked hard. They've worked hard on getting their credit right. They've worked hard on, being at that point, getting to that point. And just handing over the keys is just solidifies everything that you do, and all the heart that you put into it and the passion. It just brings it all together. And so it's just a wonderful feeling, especially, when we're working with veterans, you're asking, it's just, that they put their life on the line to be, give us our freedom. And that's the least we can do for them. Right. That's the least that provide them with the education, provide them with the tools and the knowledge into getting them to their home is just wonderful.
What do you guys advise when somebody comes with the obstacles of like, oh, it's going to be too hard? Well, the VA loan is harder, or doing a VA purchase is harder, or refinance or whatever. What do you advise to them when they come to you with those concerns?
We try to make it, Jay's very comforting and very, takes them in. And I'm more like, okay, we got to, work on this, and this. I kind of like to work on a timeline and work on, okay, this is possible. We got this. We're going to, if there's a will, there's a way. And so I'm very, very passionate about like, okay, I just jump on board and I'm like, okay, this is what we need to do. Call a lender and get them pre-qualified. And if they need to work on the credit, get them on board. And okay, let's give them a 6 month or 1 year. But I never lose hope. It's like, okay, you want to buy a house? Let's get you a home right now, today. So I love that feeling. I love that feeling of like, okay, you're committed, I'm committed 100%.
I love what you guys are showing here because there's so much we see on TV and, the different outlets there are for people to look into doing a purchase transaction or, real estate just by finding something online. But you guys are clearly showing that there is such a personal connection and relationship that needs to take place in these transactions. And it's like, I've seen it. You guys kind of just, coddle each one of your clients of like you said, we've got this. Mm-hmm. And to know that you're able to give that to them, and especially those that deserve it the most, that's really amazing.
Yeah, 100%. I think that, there's many brokerages out there, and we understand that. There's tons of programs that offer from different brokerages to different brokerages, but what we like to come with is the fact that, look, if you come to us and we allow us to help you, we're coming from a place of family. We're not coming from a place of corporate America or anything like that. We're just coming to a place to help you because we understand what you might be going through. So give us the opportunity to just at least get you in the right path to what you want to achieve.
I love it.
And as long as we can do that for you, that's all we really want. Nothing more than just your happiness and you to achieve your goal.
One veteran
Simple.
at a time, you're making a
That's
difference
it.
in their
One at a
lives. And
time.
I know you guys also are very passionate about other things that you do to help give back to the community. You do a food drive.
Yes, we do. So we have a food drive that we decided to, we wanted to have our agents be part of the community, give back, be involved, become the leaders that they are. So we decided to do a monthly food drive, and every month, an agent gets designated to be the leader or spearhead of that food drive. And so they collect donations from, colleagues or, families, and then they find a family that is in need, and they take the food to that family. And it's just such a wonderful feeling to be able to see, our agents, growing and delivering the food and just giving back, because sometimes you want to give back, but you don't know how,
right.
Or you think you don't have the time. So we have a running food drive, that we're collecting food every month, and we're alternating the agents. And it's just, not everybody has to participate, but we encourage everyone to participate. And it's just such a warm feeling when the agents show up to the office with foods, with bags of food, and they're ready to deliver. And that's just such a great feeling, because I know that there's a lot of veterans that are in need. There's
right.
a lot of families in need, and it's just, why not help here locally, and be part
a
of something.
difference.
Make a difference.
Well, you guys do an incredible job making a difference. Thank you for all the work you do for your clients, for veterans, and in the community. Loved having you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
You can find them at New Palace Realty. Reach out, help with the food drive, find out any questions that they can answer to help with your VA homeownership needs. We'll be right back. Thank you to all the great guests that we had on today, and it just goes to show that anyone can make a difference with a little bit of effort. You can go out and help your military and veteran community. I want to thank Synergy One Lending for bringing this amazing platform together. Make sure you share the content, tell your friends to watch, and don't miss the next episode of Veterans One. I'm your host, Amy Scruggs, and we'll see you next time.